your girl.
Hello, I'm Laurie.
And I'm Mymy.
And this is the Jack and Rose podcast. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Whether you're going to school, going to work, sitting in
School.
traffic. Yeah. 'cause-
People still go to school.
Yeah, people still go to school, bro.
This
I was
is
in
it.
school last year.
Oh, you were? Sorry,
Yeah, I was
sorry.
in school. People go to school,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
Like, it's the trenches over there. But yeah, whether you're, I don't know, doing your Saturday chores or maybe not falling asleep. I hope you're not trying to fall asleep with this podcast.
Listen, I get you. I listen to podcasts when I'm
Yeah.
falling asleep. So it's
Nah,
fine.
me, it's always when I'm driving, honestly. Going to work.
I can't. It's
Going to work in the morning, that's when cause I usually drive for like an hour.
to go to work.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but I need something to wake me up. When I'm going to work.
Yeah. But anyway, wherever you are and whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
welcome back to our podcast.
What are we
how
talking about
doing?
today?
What are we talking about? Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a very, very tough subject, in my opinion.
Is it tough?
you
No,
wanna say-
it's like
It can be sensitive, honestly.
it can be
It can be-
sensitive, but this is like I'm so in like
You're in love with this? Okay, then
I'm
you
in
should
love
tell
with
them.
my friends. Today
Okay,
we're talking about friendships.
there you go. Yeah.
And it's like this has a soft spot in my heart. Like
Really?
I saw something recently.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Orius, he's one of my friends, who sent it to me or he posted it. I don't know. And it was like we put a lot of emphasis in our lives on romantic relationships, and we don't take the time to appreciate the friendships that's been in our lives for this long.
Platonic
And it's like
friendships, yeah.
platonic,
Yeah.
like just platonic
Yeah.
friendships. And I think it's like, yeah, it made me realize
Do
how
we?
much I'm
Don't
like they're
we?
my soulmates. All my friends are my soulmates, I think.
I can't say that.
Yeah, I think
But-
that's me.
Yeah, but I get you. I definitely get you. And I guess we'll get to this point because the reason why I'm saying no, not all my friends are
She
soulmates.
hates us.
No.
Take offense, all of her friends.
No. Like, honestly, if you're my friend, you just know how much love I have for you. It's really not that. We'll get to this later because I think I have a reason why.
Okay.
And this could just be honestly trauma, honestly, and maybe not wanting to use the word soulmate. We'll get to it. But
Yeah.
I was going back to what you were saying about not putting emphasis on our platonic friendships.
Mhm.
I feel like that's something that we do maybe when we're young. When you're just, I feel like that was maybe me in my early 20s, or when I was not as I guess grown as I am right now. But I feel like at some point, at least whenever, like, because you go
Like
through,
you weren't putting emphasis when you were younger, but
Right.
you are now.
yeah, because you see things and you just realize that romantic interest may, like, they actually come and go for the most, but your friendships are really, really here.
I think we even talk to our friends. They're so in our lives that you're like low key take it for granted.
Oh yeah,
And I think that that's what that message said to me. It was like you need to like acknowledge how
Yeah.
important they are.
yeah.
And yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do now. Like I need to be more vocal about
But I feel like you do.
the space that my friends have.
You do, and you show it.
I do, but I think like yeah, I think I don't. Anyways, we'll talk about it a bit later. I think it's just when you're heartbroken or like you're going through a breakup, it becomes like it consumes you so much. Whereas it's like, but you have one of the greatest loves in your lives, and that's friendship as well. So that's where it's like sometimes I don't put like the friendships on the same pedestal. Voilà, c'est ça. It was like this,
okay.
the way that we put the pedestal of like romantic relationships or parents and kids and stuff like that. Friendships to me should just be a little bit
I agree with you
more
100%.
out
Yeah.
there.
But again, I feel like you are, like, in terms of that, I think you have a good balance.
I do,
when it comes to that.
I'm coming
I think
along. That's
so.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it should have a little bit more space. En tout cas,
Mhm.
voilà.
I like to, I don't know if I'm doing a good job or not as a friend. I feel like I always feel like I could do more, but this is a
Mm-hmm.
feeling that I've always had where I feel like I could reach out more, I could be there more for my friends, I could be doing, more things, but sometimes, bro, I just be tired. Like I just be tired. I
Yeah.
just like I don't know. I
It's a
don't know if I
second
do enough
job
to be honest.
to keep up with everything.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's the thing. That's the beauty of friendship. Your true friends know you,
Hmm.
okay? And they
Mm-hmm,
know
mm-hmm,
that it
mm-hmm.
doesn't take, if I don't respond, you can't take that personally if you know me.
Yeah, but no, to that though, I think there is an extent where you can go. But anyways, how do you feel like your friendships have changed from like when you were like in your early 20s to now being in your almost early like 30s?
Almost.
Listen out.
Until I'm 30, Lovey, you have to say almost,
Okay, you're
okay?
late. The
Why
girl is turning 30
listen,
in less than 3 months. It's
it's
okay.
so
I told you
sad.
it's really nice over here. I like
I'm gonna
it.
have a funeral for my 20s.
We can do that actually.
Um,
That's such a good idea for like your birthday party, like a for a birth, like a 30th birthday
I'm
party.
gonna need 2 to 3 business days to accept
Yeah.
my age before we
Oh
can
God.
celebrate. Like,
I
guys.
can't.
Anyways,
Yeah.
how did they change? I don't think they changed like a lot because most
Mm-hmm.
of my friends in my early 20s are still the
Mm-hmm.
same.
Mm-hmm. That is
Um,
such a blessing, honestly.
it is.
A
You know what?
huge
Maybe this is
blessing.
crazy to say, but like
Mm-hmm.
it always, I can't trust people. I feel some type of way when people come to say that they don't have the same friends for a long time. I'm like,
Girly, then you're
where
not
have
gonna
you come?
trust me?
No, but we've had the same friends.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't because the okay, for me, there are lots of friends that I had in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even just going to not even put like the high school friends because that's a long time ago. I still have some high
I
school friends,
still love
honestly.
you
I have
guys.
like maybe like I don't know, like close friends, nobody, but some close friends, let's say. I have
Mm-hmm.
few of like from high school, but just from uni, I feel like I had so many friends from uni,
Mm-hmm.
but then when like after uni, just like people started moving away, going like to other countries or other cities and stuff like that, and because of that, some friendships is just not like I guess stand the test
Of time.
of time and the long distance
I
too.
was gonna say, like, I think my high school friends, like some of them we stayed friends, but
Yeah,
like
I feel
early
like you
20s,
do.
yeah, I
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah, yeah,
have the
yeah.
same friends from my early 20s to now. Some of
Yeah,
them we've had to we've had to let
which
go.
is normal, which is very,
We've
very
had to
normal.
let go.
Yeah.
But and but some of them are also married with kids. So
Oh
I
my God,
just,
yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah,
I
that is such a
we
big
just
thing.
have a harder
You don't
time
have
seeing each
the
other.
same lifestyle anymore, and I feel like that is such a big thing
But
because
it's not like I'm having an outside lifestyle either.
no,
But
no,
it's just
no.
yeah, I
They have a completely different
different
like
life. Yeah,
lifestyle, like
yeah.
from the lifestyle that you have, and I think that's why sometimes some friendships just can't like it just becomes different. It's not that you're not friends with those people anymore, but because maybe their career is taking them like somewhere else, or
Mm-hmm.
they're married, or I don't know, they have kids. I don't know if married we could probably like married with no kids. I feel like these are just
Married with no,
people who are
I don't
still
know
like
anybody with
kind of like
married with no
us.
kids.
But the kids people, that's just a different thing. Like, because especially, I'm not gonna
On
lie.
dirait que it's a
No,
threat. The kids
it's
people.
it's serious. When your friends, I feel like when your friends have kids, their lives change so much, and I even feel like for them, like they're going through so much change that you cannot necessarily understand
Yeah,
without having kids,
yeah.
and it's probably hard for them to also like navigate like friendships while they're going through such a big life
No, I
uh,
have friends that have. We have a friend that has a kid that it's just been the same.
yeah, but one friend.
Yeah, I think that for me, some of those friendships kind of like drifted a little bit apart
Yeah, yeah,
before
yeah, Yeah.
Some of them drifted apart
Yeah.
before we even, and it's not, I still love you all to like honestly, but like
She said, "Shout out to our fans."
but there's it's just life takes over, man, and it,
It
even I used
does.
to carry
It
that guilt of
does.
like, oh my god, je suis pas encore allé voir leurs enfants, je suis pas, like
Mm-hmm,
stuff like that, where
mm-hmm.
I still feel guilt, I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah, I get
that
that.
thing of like trying
Right.
to make those friendships work, it's yeah.
It's okay to be honest. I don't know. I don't think I ever feel guilty for like I don't know. I like when things are just like kind of organic, even in
Mm-hmm,
the way
mm-hmm.
where like I'm close to someone. Like really truly if it does not happen, it is absolutely fine. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I feel like for me, friendships in my early 20s were kind of like um how can I comme des amitiés à défaut, par défaut.
Mm.
Par défaut because we were doing the same things. We were probably going to the same school or the same
Yeah,
classes and stuff
yeah.
like that. And because we were doing some sort of like I don't know classes not classes but assignments together, projects, some people became friends because of that because we had like some common interests. But then after school and when you start like not even just after school, I feel like early 20s versus end of your 20s and beginning of the 30s, it just becomes different because we could still be this in the same kind of lifestyle because I feel like now the friends that I make are friends who have the same lifestyle as me
Mm-hmm,
because that's where I'm going to meet people. That's
mm-hmm.
just simply where, let's say I like running and I'm part of like a running club or
Mm.
any sort of social clubs because I feel like in your 30s that's probably like where you're going to make most friends in the social clubs that you're
Unless you're
in.
me and you don't make any new friends.
Yeah, like in social clubs or any sort of like common interest in like terms of lifestyle and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So those friendships are more intentional
Mm-hmm.
when I compared them to the friendships that I had in my 20s. Let's go in my 20s, it was just okay, on est en train de faire la même chose and there are things it wasn't as close and
C'est surface.
yeah, it was
C'est très
very surface
surface. Tu,
level
yeah.
type of friendships. Not all of them, to be honest, because I have some exactly as you were saying. I have some friends that I have vraiment depuis like when even before I was 20 actually. Now,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, now that
Mm-hmm.
I think about it, yeah,
Yeah.
I have two friends. Wait, I have two that I can think of right now. But
Yeah. All my friends I made when I was what, 15?
oh wow, oh wow,
Even like even you was early 20s, but we knew each other when I
yeah,
was like 17.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So
That's
like
true.
a lot of them I know from back then,
From yeah, it's
but
been a
even the
minute.
ones I made later on, we're still
Mm-hmm.
like friends.
Mm-hmm.
We might not be as close as we once were
Mm-hmm.
before,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
as in like if something, but if something like major happened in
Mm-hmm.
my life, yeah, I would
Mm-hmm.
invite you or like let you know. But like then,
No, I'm not inviting you. Oh. Like if it's someone from my early 20s that we're not really close. Okay, I have this. Okay, let's
what about
say,
if we still talk here and there,
hmm, what kind of event are you inviting them to?
like my wedding?
Okay, are you the type that feel like
That's still
cuz for
pending, okay?
me
Uh-huh.
cuz for me, I feel like for those type of events, okay, I feel like it's
I
such an
mean, yeah,
intimate
c'est vrai. Parce
moment
que what if you don't even know
and
my husband?
that's okay. That's okay, honestly.
Yeah,
That's
so then I
absolutely
would
fine
invite
because
you.
then you're probably gonna meet them there because sometimes it's just that I guess it depends on how much you guys like each other. Like you and your friend. I
I
don't know, it
really cared
depends. It
about,
depends
like
of
I care about them.
on so many things cuz I feel like when I think about weddings, I would love to have just because it's such an intimate ceremony and stuff like that. I feel like I would like to have people who have been in like kind of active in my life, not like everyday type of active, but you kind of know à peu près like what's going on in my life and stuff like that, right? I feel like
Yeah.
to me it makes more sense. But it doesn't mean that the friend that I have since I was 15, like in high school, and
Mm-hmm.
like we've been really, really good friends I'm still going to invite them because they most likely know what's going on in my life. But if it's someone who has kind of been a bit out of like my life, my friend, you're staying out of
But
my
it's
life.
not by choice. It's not like I'm like, stay away from me.
No, no, no.
But
It
it's
doesn't really
it's
happen like
more
that. Yeah.
exactly, and it's more
Yeah.
like I just haven't updated you, but I don't have a problem updating you
Yeah.
about what's going on in my life. So if
Yeah.
we're like bump into each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it's yeah, if we bump into each other and then we sit down and you
Bump
ask
into
me,
each other.
because making plans with
Okay.
people, me,
Uh-huh.
it really has become very hard.
Yeah.
And that's just because I socializing is actually a sport
Mm-hmm,
now.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
it's
I
it's
respect
it's
that.
that
Yeah.
where I'm like, you know what, if we do plan something, or if we
Mm-hmm.
bump into another common friends
Mm-hmm.
thing, then we're gonna sit down and I can update you, and I have no
Mm-hmm.
problem sharing with you what's been going on, because there's no actual reason why we're not in each other's lives
Right,
anymore.
right, right. Yeah,
It's
yeah. That
just
makes
about
sense.
two separate paths.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where it is for me. So then you would be invited because I still care about you very much, but
Yeah.
from a distance again.
This is it can be tough because I feel like sometimes we kind of like reminisce about like friendships that we had with some people that we're no longer friends with or we're no longer like close with, and it can hurt, honestly. I feel like sometimes it can actually hurt, like to just you miss what you had with that person, knowing that you may never be able to have that thing with that person. And I'm not talking about like situations where people cross you, because no, please, let's be serious. You cross me, exit. The exit is right here. That's a just no, ça c'est une situation horrible. But I'm just talking about like when you just happen to just drift apart. Like you know, maybe you move
Mm-hmm.
away and stuff like that, and you
Mm-hmm.
feel like no matter how much you try to reconnect and stuff like that, things are just simply not what they were before.
Mm-hmm.
That really, really, I'm not gonna. Oh, it just hurts because it's like, oh my god, now I feel like so many things are coming in my mind, like to my mind. I have, I guess, okay, going through your 20s and you are discovering yourself, your personality is kind of forming, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are your values, your principles, and all of that are getting more and more defined,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how we find ourselves not really having many friends versus in your early 20s where you had so many friends, and now like it's more about like the quality of these friendships and the intention and the meaning and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to make decisions. Not I don't want to say decisions, but I've been in spaces where I would have like a conversation with someone who, like, let's say we've been friends for a long time, and sometimes it only takes one conversation to realize that now our values do
Do
not
not match.
align anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, there's just something that is broken and I cannot repair it because we're two different we're two different adults. We were the same kids, right? But now we're
Yeah.
very like completely different adults,
Adults,
and
yeah.
because of that, I've been in situations where I know I'm aware of it and I can tell that the other person is not aware of it. And it's like, oh my God, like how exactly do I communicate this? Because it's what do I tell?
How
Like
you just
again,
let it die? How do you
yeah,
tell
it's
someone I can't be friends with you because of
no.
who you are? Like
Some people though, yes, I will tell you. Because if you're a horrible person, you will know.
no,
You will
because
know.
even ok, tu vois ce que
If
tu
you
disais
cross
tout
people, you will know.
tu vois
I'm
ce que
very
tu disais
sorry.
tout à l'heure, like even when I feel like I was wronged,
Yeah.
it still hurts to this day. But even when I feel like I was wronged, I still feel I still miss that friendship to a certain
Yeah, yeah,
degree.
yeah,
I said
yeah.
like I still hold. That's what I was telling you the last episode where I was like, when I see you again, I'm like, yo, like we used to have such a beautiful friendship, and you went and killed it
Nah,
all.
see? I
You had
I
to go
cannot.
and
I
kill
do
it.
absolutely not agree. Okay, I'm different when it comes to that
Yeah, you
because
are.
I think
But
The way
I get to
I
that when I've forgive, like to you might not be aware that I
Mhm.
forgave you, but
Mhm,
I
mhm.
absolutely did. You listen, it is what it is. But
See,
sorry.
the thing is, I do not necessarily believe in forgiveness like that. This is also something that I remember just having this conversation with my therapist, and I remember just how much like I was relieved, because I feel like forgiveness just comes with like so much pressure, and you're not really like allowing me to feel everything that I feel, and to kind of understand that sometimes these feelings may come back, but
Hmm.
it does not mean that we're still at the same place like where we started. Yeah, there's levels to this. Because if you seriously look cross me, because okay, I'm going to explain myself. I feel like in my friendships, I lead with kindness and vraiment comme I really love my friends. Je veux pas leur faire du mal. And yes, we make mistakes, whatever. It's never going to be something where like I went out of my way to actually hurt you like that. And I feel like I have a hard time understanding that when it comes like when other people do it.
Hmm.
So for me,
Hmm.
when you do crazy shit, like you do crazy shit, like I don't know, like
Be careful.
yeah, I'm
What
thinking
you about
about
to
like
say? Be
now I'm gonna
very
incriminate
careful.
myself, but like when you do crazy shit, like I don't know, like talking shit about me, or especially now at our age,
Everybody
like
talks shit though.
no, but there's again there's shit and there's shit, you know. If okay, let's
Yeah.
say if you secretly hate me, hate capital H,
You,
like please, what is happening here? Like I'm
yeah.
not, there's no way, like I'm never going to miss that friendship, because I feel like now I'm just questioning everything we had from the beginning, because did you really like actually ever like me as my friend? Were you really, because I feel like, especially again, I'm not talking about early 20s and all of that, and I'm not saying like that friendships that like you could be in your early 20s watching this, I'm not saying that the friendships that you have are not meaningful. Absolutely not. This is just my personal experience. I feel like most of those friendships in my early 20s, il y avait pas d'intention. It
Hmm.
was just, you know, like party friends,
I'm telling
like
you, Jay,
those
I
type of
can't.
friends.
I think that my friendships now are way more are deeper, as in like
100%. Yeah.
we've built it
Yeah.
to be to this point, but it's
Yeah.
the same people. It's the same
Mhm.
people in a sense of like the only difference is they were a little bit like because all of my friends are older than me,
Mhm.
like they might have experiences that I don't have
Mhm.
at the
Mhm. Mhm.
time, and it's that where there might not have been a connection like that.
Mhm.
But now where we
Mhm.
are, it's like I don't have to speak, like I don't have to speak, and people understand me, and even you, like even if we had a deep friendship quickly, but I think it's because it was like all the bullshit can come out, and
Mhm.
it's like,
Mhm.
and we trauma bonded, we already talked about that, but like
Yeah.
a lot of things got deeper, like more in the last few years
Right. Yeah,
than
yeah.
before, you
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
But we
yeah.
could cut through the bullshit of
Yeah.
like friends to party or friends. You know what? One thing I always hated is like people that just invite, like let's say it's your birthday and you just invite people just because oh they might take it wrong if they don't get invited. Bitch, I sorry, excuse me for
Honestly,
swearing.
that was me before.
That's crazy.
Because I used to have like 40 people at my birthdays. I remember.
Insanity.
Like when I
Like
turned
that's
20, I still
crazy.
remember my 20th birthday. I had like more than 40 people.
You're what?
Yes, I think
Excuse me?
my 20th birthday
40 people at a
over.
table.
No, it was like it was a whole like not a banquet, but it
Bon,
was at this
il fallait que
restaurant.
ce soit un banquet.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like that was me before. Yeah. And no,
That's
I
crazy.
can't. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What trait do you look for in friendships now?
Uh, I think someone that can understand that obviously like intention, as we were saying,
Mm-hmm.
like I really value intention in all of my relationships, in fact, whether you're
Mm-hmm.
a friend, romantic interest, sibling, parent and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think someone that especially in friendships, I feel like understanding that me as a friend, I'm not always going to be available slash
Like
open
attentive.
to, no, like I'm not going to be just maybe emotionally available or like open to or accessible that way. Understanding that I'm not going to be accessible, meaning I could probably go days or weeks without really like giving you access to some parts of my life,
Hmm.
and that still being okay. I believe that I try to do like I try to be as intentional as I can,
Mm-hmm.
and the I je prête trop attention aux détails, like
Mm-hmm.
in almost everything I do, and sometimes I hate it because I feel like I kind of expect that from people,
Mm-hmm.
and I have this issue of always having like high expectations. So I'm kind of learning that in my friendships, like there are things that I do see and I just have to call myself out instead of parce que je réalise que c'est moi mon problème and it has nothing to do with the other person.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say, okay, so this girl started like a relationship with a guy
Mm-hmm.
and did not tell her one of her closest friend,
Mm-hmm.
and they were dating like I don't know for months and months and months.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the girl did not say that she was in a relationship, maybe because she just wanted to see if it was going to
Where
work
it's
out
going. Mm-hmm.
and just be in the relationship without really necessarily like not noise, but like les avis des gens
Ouais, voilà.
externes,
Mm-hmm.
just her and her partner.
Mm-hmm.
And the friend, elle a appris à un moment donné and she took offense. Do
To
you think that the friend should have said that she was in a relationship, but that's
no.
fine?
No, I think that's fine
I think
because
that's fine
I
too.
genuinely think some friends are for some things and not for others. Like I might come to you for advice for work,
Mm-hmm.
and I might go to my sister, who I consider my friend,
Mm-hmm.
for family stuff. I'm gonna say family stuff, and
Yeah,
then
because you
Blanche
can relate.
for like relationship stuff like that.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
it's just gonna be a different friend for Vanessa for something else. Like it's gonna be a different friend for something else because of the relationship we have and the
Mm-hmm.
personality I like that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, if I don't feel like safe or not safe, but like ready to
Mm-hmm.
share that,
Mm-hmm.
hey, wait, you're not gonna know. And maybe, or I'm gonna tell you like, oh yeah, I'm talking to this person, but it's not gonna until I'm ready to share it, and not
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna take it to someone else or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but just because it's not.
You're just not ready
I'm
to
not ready
share.
yet. Because
Yeah, I
what if
understand.
in a week it's not?
But
Yeah,
I think,
Jesus,
but
God
I think
forbid.
that's. I mean, if this person is your close friend, you should be okay with okay, even if it ends in a week, and then so what?
Of course,
I feel like your friend should allow that. Like you should be able to find that space in your friends.
of course, you
Yeah,
might have it, but it's also
yeah.
embarrassment. Like it's
Is
to
it with your friend?
with anybody,
Yeah.
even with
See, I don't
myself.
know.
That's
Like I don't. I think I don't
me.
care.
I think I don't care, but I don't care with my friends currently.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and they know me enough,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's me who's gonna be like, regarde-toi. Tu
I
as
see what you
les
mean. So it's you,
y a
yeah. It
pas
has
for
no,
what?
yeah.
You know what
I
I
quite
mean?
frankly, I don't care. Like I would be
I
like,
think it's
it is what it is.
man, it's trauma.
Bruh, it can
Listen,
definitely be a
but yeah,
lot.
no, I don't think that it means something about the friendship. It's just like, when she's ready, give her time, man.
Yeah, and also you are right when you say that we kind of have like different friends for different things. Like I know, for example, like like if I'm having this type of issue, I know a friend that is exactly going to understand and provide what I may want to hear and what I may not want to
Want to
hear, because
hear.
that is
Mm-hmm.
so freaking like important, because sometimes we kind of like it's easy, especially when you do not want to face a situation that you may be going through. It's
Mm-hmm.
just easy to go to someone that is going to validate your shit. But to say, because you shouldn't be doing that, because you need
But
someone
I
who's
need
going to give it to you straight, you know?
exactly. I was gonna
Yeah.
say I like to hear the straightness.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't like
yeah.
Oh
But
no, but
some
it's
people are
okay.
going to like some people just go to whoever is going to tell them, no, it's
No,
fine, you're good.
no, I
Yeah.
don't even want. If I know that you're gonna say that, like, I'm not gonna come to you because you're gonna be
Yeah.
nice to me because you're my friend. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear that. I need to hear the heart. I was gonna say the trait that I care about the most
Mm-hmm.
is like giving me the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
If um if you jump to like to a conclusion with
Mm-hmm.
me, like, I
Mm-hmm.
think that's like the
Yeah.
biggest.
Yeah.
How
How
are
could you
you
think that of
yeah,
me?
how are you
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
going there directly? I
Yeah.
understand I
Yeah.
may even have done something, um
Prior to that.
no, something that you might interpret as some, like, you don't like it, or
Mm-hmm.
like it's offensive to you, and
Mm-hmm.
that's completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Example this,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what you just gave as an
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh my god, she doesn't like consider me a friend, and
Right.
you're jumping to that conclusion
Mm-hmm.
already, red flag.
Yeah. No, I get
Because to
it.
me, it's like you should know me well enough to know that
Yeah.
there's a reason why I'm not
A
doing
hundred
that. ¿Sí ves
percent.
lo que
Yeah, yeah,
decía?
yeah. Yeah.
But
And it's
yeah,
also like it just comes back to just respecting my time if I'm not like
ready.
ready or like including you in whatever that I'm going through, there's a reason. And you shouldn't
Exactly.
be feeling any type of way par rapport à ça. Like that's at least that's how
Unless
I
it's
kind of
something
feel.
that's directly towards you, like,
Eh, la,
yeah,
again, that's something
ghetto.
different. That's definitely something different. But when it comes to like serious stuff, I think the friends that I have, like my closest friend, I think I can actually go to anybody.
Me too.
Like
Me
in
too,
terms of giving
honestly.
it, giving it to me straight, like pow pow, everyone is going to give it to me straight. I think, yeah. But I also something I feel like okay, I've been in situations where like let's say like a friend of yours is going through something, and you know that it's tough. It could be like a toxic relationship, for
Mm-hmm.
example, or like anything that's not healthy, and it's hard for them to move on from the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe in just giving it straight to them every time because what you are saying, they already know what you're saying. They already know you've
They
had that
might not come
conversation
to you
before.
again.
Not even that. Yeah, that yeah, but like they already they do know what they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do for you, how I'm going to be there for you is I'm literally just going to be by your side while you go through this,
Mm.
knowing that we both understand that what is happening is clearly not healthy, and you already know what I think about the situation. I know what you think about the situation. I know that you shouldn't be in that situation. And I'm not saying, okay, I'm cutting you off because you do not understand, like you shouldn't be
No,
in this
no,
toxic
no.
thing, or I'm passing down judgment or whatever. No, like honestly, I'm going to be with you through this. And it's worked where like we go through that shit together, and then at the end
You leave.
we're still like yeah, we're still fine. I've seen some people pass down judgment like to their friends when they're going were going like through like really shitty
Yeah,
situations.
Laurie.
Like what is
I'm
happening
sorry.
here?
Maybe
Some people
I'm
are
the
like,
bitch.
yeah,
No, because
no. Let me finish what I'm gonna say.
okay.
You've never said to any of your friend, or okay, let's say a friend that we have in common is going through
my,
something like that,
my friends
right?
are gonna come out of the woodworks and be like, "She is the bitch." No, I'm
No.
sorry.
Let
Okay.
me. I'm gonna explain to you what I meant by this specific type of bitch. Let's say a friend of ours, right, is
Mm-hmm.
going through something that is absolutely unhealthy. We all know we've had the conversation and all of that, and now we're just waiting for this thing to just fizzle out, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that it's still happening, but we're here for the person.
Oh yeah.
You're never gonna be like, oh, you know what, I actually do not even want to associate with you anymore because you're doing X, Y, and Z.
No.
Excuse me, what type of who do you think you are, first of all?
No.
That's the type of bitches that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, or like I
But
can't be
I
friends with you anymore because I keep telling you this, and you're not understanding. Okay, I'm not talking about like crazy situations where like let's say people with kids are putting their kids in danger because I don't know, like des trucs à dormir
no.
debout.
Moi, je
Like
veux pas te
I'm
dire I
talking
can't
about
be
like
friends with you anymore. But I'm gonna tell
yeah.
you, my friend, if a situation is toxic, please, I beg. You couldn't. You. I'm trying to say this in there's some things, and I would even tell that to myself. Like
No,
there's
I
certain
agree.
things
Yeah.
that it's like, ah,
No.
À quel point tu vas te laisser faire vraiment? So to me, I would just be redundant in saying like, no, I'm not gonna stop being friends with you, but vite, vite, tu me c'est tringan.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, let's go,
But
let's go.
it's general. Like, how do you deal with friendship breakups?
I don't.
You
I don't deal. I'm still
Oh my god, I'm
recovering.
fucking
I don't
dead.
deal with
Like,
them.
yeah, no, you do not. So how
No.
like
Cause okay, so you see what I was telling you, even for anything else. Oh shit. I just hit the mic. Even with everything else,
mm-hmm,
I am a closure babe. I need
mm-hmm,
closure. I need a conversation. I
mm-hmm,
need to move on in peace.
mm-hmm,
And I think s- mm, some breakups, friendship breakups, that those are the ones that I can't get myself to have a conversation. I'm like, oh Jesus, because I
yeah,
think from it takes so much for me to let you go.
mm-hmm.
It takes so much for me to
Oh my
let you
god,
go,
yeah, it does.
especially
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
feel like,
yeah.
yo, you are my friend, bro,
Friend, yeah,
friend.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, so now it's like I would love to have those closure conversations, but I think I have not had the chance. And thank God for some of it, it just happened. I've had
Organically.
organically, and
Mm-hmm.
for some, I've had to be like, just please look away when you see me, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But no hate to anybody. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. To
No, for
anybody who
me,
feels offended,
yeah. No, friendship breakups for me, honestly, are like a huge thing. First of all, I feel like we do not, when we compare, for example, like friendship breakups versus romantic breakups, we kind of have some sort of guidelines when it comes to romantic breakups. We know what to do usually because the society is just made
yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
But there's no guidelines when it comes to a friendship breakup. You literally do not know what to
It
do.
hurts,
It
man.
hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Um, sometimes something happens et la première chose qui te vient à l'esprit c'est, oh, let me tell this person. And guess what?
And you can't. Oh my god! Or it's like a video, like you
Yeah.
were saying, like a
Yeah, that
TikTok,
you know
a
they will
video that you were like,
relate
oh my
to.
god, this is the
Yep.
person that I would talk to
Yep.
about this.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
it's
There
no
is
longer happening.
yeah, I feel like it's friendship breakups are really, really hard in that,
Yeah.
like in that sense. So for me, how do I deal with friendship breakups? How do I heal? I like if I just try maybe to just think about like closure. I don't need closure in
No, you don't.
no. I
No,
don't
you
need
don't.
closure in any type of breakups, to be honest. Because I feel like for me, what brings me peace is to um understand maybe like how I went through the relationship, what did not work for me, what did not work for that person, in what way they were not able to show up for me and me to them as well. And understanding the reasons why I'm removing myself from this dynamic or this relationship. So in that way it's like I feel like bringing myself back to me is the thing that just brings me peace. If I can all like this is I can always bring my like me back to me,
Hmm.
and honestly that's what just gives me peace because sometimes I've never had a friendship breakup where it was just du jour au lendemain. It's always been things that I was kind of ignoring for a
Hmm.
long time or things that I was not ready to face.
Hmm.
But at some point, it became a lot to the point where like, okay, this is in my face now, and I actually have vraiment, I have to face it. I
Hmm.
have no other choice.
Hmm.
So when it came to that point, it's like I'm thinking about this one friendship breakup in particular. Like I realized how like over the years I was ignoring things that I shouldn't really be ignoring,
Ignoring.
and how much it has affected me to the point where like le moment où j'ai explosé, there was nothing that I could do to kind of repair what we had before
Mm.
because I had just been like j'encaissais for a long time.
Yeah.
And it just kind of made me realize that I kept giving this person excuses
Yeah.
to stay in my life or excuses why okay, yes, they're a good person and this is why they're still a friend to you. This is why you guys are still friends. But really, truly, when you just look at things the way they are, yeah. And also because the people around me, like very, very close, as in like my sister, like in that one particular friendship breakup, she was like able to tell me, girl, let's actually sit down and see what the facts are. Facts, facts, facts. There's no heart
What
involved,
facts?
just facts. Un, deux, trois, quatre, facts.
Why they
Yeah,
need to
like
go?
why
Why
they
are
need to go
sisters
because of
like that? My
I love
sister was
it.
the first one to just be like, Mirisa,
Yeah.
get it together, like
Yeah.
let it go.
You know what's the craziest sometimes? It's like, yeah, we've been peeping this depuis des années.
I know.
We were just waiting for
For
you to
you to
realize.
realize.
Girl.
So what would be the first one to
Girl.
just be like,
Girl.
sis, like
Girl.
this happened, you ignore. This happened, you ignore.
Yep.
What are you gonna
Yep.
do? And I'm like, but she's so
But it's
nice.
really, really hard. Yeah.
No, but just yeah, I was gonna say for me there was one friendship breakup that I was able to. Oh, I'm so grateful. I love you. You know who you are.
Not the shut up.
You know who
Okay.
she is too.
Okay. Peut-être parle-en, I'm gonna know.
That we had a breakup for like 2 years, and now we are back to being friends. You know who it is.
Okay, okay.
But it was a sad breakup for me,
100%.
honestly.
And for the people around you, honestly.
Yeah, everybody was
Because, bro.
affected, honestly, because nobody wanted to take a side,
Yeah.
and it
Also,
was
this is you to finish on, and yeah, because whenever there's like a group of friend and there's two people who like who break up in the
friend group.
friend group,
It's so uncomfortable.
it's horrible
Mm-hmm.
for the group dynamic. But go ahead.
Yeah, it was uncomfortable for everybody, but at the same time, I feel like some conversations were not helping because it was like, oh, she said this, and then she said, and then like it would get to me, and then it would get to her, and then it just wasn't us communicating. So thank God we were able to communicate and fix that relationship.
How hard was it to have those conversations?
It was
Because those
so
are
easy.
easy. That's
It was so
good.
easy because
good.
I think it was almost like we were thrown on an island, and we had to have that conversation when we met again, and nobody that's like in the friend group was around. So we had to have that conversation face to face, and it almost like we both realized this is, yes, we hurt each other in this way and this way, but it got blown out of proportion because
because
of
it
like
was like lack
everybody
of
else's
communication. Yeah, just
lack of communication, but also
direct
everybody
communication.
else's involvement. And
Yeah, it's
also
never
like
easy.
it's just a lot messier when people don't talk directly.
Oh my
And
God,
we were
it
trying
is.
to avoid
Yep.
talking, to be fair.
Yeah.
But now we're adults, man. Like we just talk. But yeah, I think that any of my friendship breakups, and I'll say this very carefully, can be fixed in a sense of some people really need to take accountability, but will it be like before? Not necessarily. But can we move forward without it being like this huge elephant in the room every time we see each other? Yes, we
I
can
don't
move
think
forward.
every friendship can actually go through that and survive.
But I think some people need introspection that
100%.
have to
Yeah,
deal with
100%.
themselves.
But even beyond the individual part, like so accountability that specific person needs to take and stuff when it comes to themselves and de l'introspection et tout, some friendships are just not that strong. Are not they weren't like as like meaningful to the point where if you go through something that is that huge that you will be able to recover from that. I
Do you
think
feel like you have a lot of friendship breakups?
no.
No, I don't have that
I
many.
quite
That's
frankly
what I'm
only have
saying.
one that I can think of. And because that one was really, really meaningful, and that's like when we were talking about soulmates. So like
Yeah.
I think the concept of understanding that like in life you're going to have many soulmates, that person to me I felt like was a soulmate for me. So that's why now just simply do not want to use that word, because I feel like, we are going to be friends, and it could really, really be that this person is my soulmate, but like I'm just simply not going to say that.
I genuinely feel like, and even and like I genuinely feel like my friends now, It's like I'm in love with my friends. I'm in love with all of you guys. Like
That's really
honestly,
nice.
in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just think they are like we have you fulfill like a need
Mm-hmm.
that to the point where I don't need to like look out for anything else. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know how some people are like, okay, I need to make more memories and stuff. I have everything I need right here. Like I sometimes I just feel left out when you guys have chats that I'm not involved in. You and Blanche,
Chats.
you and Blanche
Yeah,
have
because we're
conversations.
always telling. So Blanche is one of our friends. Her and I are more adventurous than Mimi.
And they prepare things without
Yes,
involving me.
because we tell her and she's like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, girl, you know why you're
See,
not in
this
those
is why I would
conversations.
rather I would like to decline the invitation, but still be invited. Okay?
If we have those conversations, c'est que probablement you've already declined
Yeah, I have.
the invitation, and
No,
and now
but
we're like, okay, let's move ahead with this. But
yeah, but
yeah.
no. I feel like I'm in a really good. I'm very lucky. I'm very
Mm-hmm.
lucky because you know how people like move away and like how we starting over. And remember last episode I said my last new friend was Ide. I
Mm-hmm.
lied. My last new friend is Mayam.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm sorry, Mariam, I forgot. But that happened so organically,
Right,
genuinely.
right, right, right.
Nobody
Yeah,
forced anything.
yeah,
I did not expect it to happen.
yeah.
And but to say I'm going out of my way to make friendships,
Hmm.
Jesus
I don't
Christ,
think
have
I ever go
mercy.
out of my way, to be honest, to be friends with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it just happens organically, like the way it happened
Mm-hmm.
with you and Mariam. Or like
Person.
when you were talking about like taking accountability and all of that, bro. Some people go through life with no zero questionnement. They're just literally cruising. There's no taking other people's
Advice?
feelings into
Oh.
consideration, being, oh my god, this is something that kills me. Actually, this is very something that you asked me, something that I really really value in my friendships:
Mm.
being considerate. Oh my, I guess it goes with intention, but
Mm.
oh my god, some people, these are experiences that I've had. Some people are so inconsiderate to the point where, and what kills me is the fact that they don't even realize that they're not considerate. Yeah, zero accountability. And sometimes, okay, how do you tell someone like that, hey, I think you actually need therapy, or you need to just
I
open
don't
your
think
eyes to
being considerate needs therapy. Be a normal human
human
being.
being. Some
For
of these
fuck's
people just
sakes.
need maybe
No,
some sort of like reparations, or like
no, I'm so sorry. You're just
rebuild. I don't
a
know,
shit
like,
person. No, 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 no,
yeah,
no.
some
Arrêtez
people
de
are
mettre
really
tous
really
like
shit
we need to
people.
stop putting everything on mental MH. I'm getting onto the block. Mental health issues. Like it's not. You don't need to go to
That's not a
therapy.
even a mental health issue. That's just being a shit person.
That's what I'm saying. You don't
Yeah.
need to go to therapy to fix who you are. Like be a
Yeah,
be
but
a
you
decent
don't.
human being.
No, yeah, but you do not only go to therapy because you have mental health issues.
Well, en tout
Because
cas,
I think
you
not,
don't
you
need
can go to
therapy to
therapy.
fix. I'm sorry,
No,
being
see,
considerate. It's just someone being a
but
decent human being.
I think that's what we think, because that's our what do you call it?
Interpretation.
No, that's our standard. Some people are just honestly blind to things, to the point where, okay, s- some people are not necessarily bad,
Mm-hmm.
but they can't see that they're not being considerate, like when it comes to like some situations. And sometimes you
Are
have
you?
one conversation. Exactly,
Are
girl,
you
that's
okay?
the same way I feel. You
What's
have just
going
one
on?
simple conversation with them, and they're like, oh shit, that is actually true, and I'm sorry, and they fix it right away. And some other people, you have that conversation with them, and you just know that this is the end of that relationship or whatever, because you basically cannot, I
Rien n'est
cannot have
SDN.
you, like, if I know that you're not considered, there's no accountability, nothing, I cannot,
Where are we going?
nowhere, exit
Yeah.
here. right away. Because no.
AutoCAD. No.
This is going to be whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna say it because this is just my truth.
Mm.
People who are deep into church.
Oh.
I have
What do
nothing
you want to say
against
about
you,
us, Laurie? I
but
am deep into
girl,
church.
if trust me, no, the people that I'm talking about is not your. First of all, which church,
My
please?
online church.
But you're not like giving your life away to that thing. First of all, some of these
I
things
am
just
giving my life to Jesus
no, no,
Christ,
no,
my
no.
Lord and
I'm
Savior.
talking
Thank you
people
very
who are
much.
like cult level.
No, I'm joking.
Like,
There's
see,
no
I
cult.
can't.
Stop saying cult.
But sometimes it really feels like a cult. No offense to anybody, religion
I do not align
or
with her
church
views
or
on this.
whatever. But sometimes it feels like a cult because I feel like, and especially when, okay, this is really,
Look,
really a huge
you're about
conversation
to
for
make
another
us
day.
cancelled.
But no, like honestly, this is again, this is my experience and this is my view, like my opinion. If you do not agree with
Not the
it,
views of
it
the
is
Jack and Rose podcast.
this is just Rose's view.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're friends in like early 20s and stuff like that, and maybe mid 20s or 25, whatever, you completely switched to a new person, to this redeemed version of you, um, that is like completely changed. You're not necessarily thinking of like for yourself anymore. I understand having a relationship with the Lord and Savior and Allah and any sort of like uh God or whatever. But there is there are things that I see, and to me it feels like there's no healthy
Mm-hmm.
boundary anymore
Mm-hmm.
with this part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
There's no you and your own thoughts and your own values and your own way of seeing things, and you standing in what you believe. Everything about you and your thoughts and everything is just influenced by the religion that you are following.
Yeah.
And in my case, I feel like I've seen people, like people that we used to be my friends and stuff like that, have that switch around 25, 27, whatever. And now maybe they're pastors, I don't know, but like really like we can't be friends anymore. Because
Yeah.
if I come to you and I tell you that, let's say I'm going through a breakup, I'm going through a whole phase, I'm going through I just lost my job, for example, you're going to lead with something that I cannot necessarily uh
God
like
is with you.
oh my god, I know that God is with me all the time, I swear to God, I do know that. But sometimes, bro,
I know.
we can't, we just basically lose the closeness that we had,
Yeah.
because I feel like you're not your own person anymore.
But it depends on how deep in it they are. Because you
I'm
can
talking about the people who are like
deep,
seriously
deep,
deep,
deep. Yeah.
deep. Yeah,
Yeah, no, but those
that
people are
type
not
of.
even gonna. They're not even gonna like. Oh, I can't sit with you while you have a drink or like things like that.
Oh my
They're
god.
gonna change
Or
their
they look
whole
down on you. They're like, yeah, why are you still doing this?
doing
Why are you
that.
still
Like
like, why are you wearing
sitting.
that? Excuse me? Do you want me to pull up to pull out pictures of us like doing the same things
Oh
that I'm like,
yeah, by all means,
or
if you want to
maybe.
go on, go on. But like, you can't. Like, Jade, that's the thing that I hate. I'm gonna be very careful so I don't get us
See, you
canceled
can tell me.
either.
I will say it because I don't care. I'll
Yeah.
say what I think, honestly.
I hate the like. Uh, yeah. No, I need to be careful with this. But
What?
it's just I don't like when people are so like speak so freely.
Like
You know?
me?
No, as in like being judgmental on how
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah,
like
yeah.
from a church perspective, like being judgmental on what other people are doing with their lives.
But
Just
I
to
feel like that could
just to
be.
turn around a few
I feel like
years
that peak
later.
and do the
Are you?
same.
I'm sorry. Are you with us here? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's where I'm like, just apologize to everybody that you judged, okay?
Oh my
But
god. Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yeah, no, I hate that. I hate that with the passion because it's
yeah.
the whole like you're covering yourself behind the church, but you low key are jealous of the lifestyle that we're
Or
having,
you may just be
the
doing the
party.
same things behind closed
You
doors,
wish you could, but
which is wicked to me.
anyways, like
Yeah, but how
that
do
to
you
me, it's
maintain
like
your
live
yeah.
your life. Just don't look at what
Yeah,
other people are
exactly.
doing.
Just do not, yeah, stay in your lane,
Like,
basically.
yeah, I
But
feel like we've been
talking
we've
about
yapped about friendships.
yeah.
I mean, we could go on for
Oh my God,
hours.
forever. And I feel like
Yeah,
we should honestly end this with the positive sides of friendships. I
oh
feel like
yes,
we like on a pasame he like
here
some
and
positive,
there.
yeah, here and there, but yeah.
Wait, listen to me. Without my friendships, I don't know where I would be. I wouldn't have a
Girl, me
personality,
neither.
first of all, and also,
No, you
just
would.
I would
What?
not. Let
You
me tell you.
would.
Okay, so for I think one of one of the hardest things about being in this country for me
Hmm.
was not having my core. It's almost like my core friendships were ripped from
Right.
me
Right.
when right when they were being made, and
Mm-hmm.
like stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like in fifth grade, sixth grade, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I came here, it took me years,
Yeah,
and it
to
was
form
like,
meaningful relationships.
oh,
Yeah.
I can see the teenage me. Like,
Yeah.
there's friendships that I still have now.
Yeah.
That they really helped me gain a little bit of confidence. But
Right, right,
then
right.
it was like almost like a shift when I was going to like um teenager-ish and going out and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
they weren't going out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going out with Burundians, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like a set group. So it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of the youngest,
Mm-hmm.
and then trying to kind of fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I still have I still have really, like, anyways, I feel bad for that girl that was kind of trying
Trying
to
to fit it.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
be cool enough
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
fit in. And when I finally met my match of friends, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
everything kind of settled down,
Right.
I think there was always that thing of like, you might lose this.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to be on my best behavior
Right,
with
right,
all of
right,
my
right.
friendships. And I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
that kind of fueled the whole like, I might be ignoring certain things that are
Mm-hmm.
not I'm not being treated right
Mm-hmm.
here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
certain betrayals that you just ignore.
Right.
But where I am right now, God is great. I am
Yeah.
so grateful,
Yeah.
so grateful for all my friendships.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I will not take anything out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think where I am right now is it was always supposed to happen like this, and I would
Right.
not. And even the ones that I'm yet to make,
Right, right,
maybe.
right, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm actually
yeah.
excited about that. I love making new friends. I really love making like meeting new people, and because I feel like let's say I don't know, start a new hobby, right? And then I make like a new friend.
Hmm.
Like I love those things, you know?
Yeah.
Like
No,
or I move to a new place, a new country, and then you make new friends in that.
you're
Like
very social.
oh my God, I love like I remember moving away and then like making new friends, or even when I moved here, like when I moved to Senegal, like the friendships that I made while on those like journeys, oh my God, amazing. Honestly,
I
I like those are people that I will like forever cherish. Yeah,
I've met
but
new friends through you guys, like new
hmm
connaissance ish, I would
right,
say.
right, right.
But like, I don't think it's even a need. That's why I said, like, I think a part of me is grateful because
Mm-hmm.
I am covered on all
France.
fronts
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to friendships, to where it's like, none new friends. I take it very seriously because I
Mm-hmm.
don't
Mm-hmm.
need
Mm-hmm.
to shake
Yeah.
up what I have going.
Yeah. I think for me, one of the positive things and things that I really like with my friends is how they can show up. How they can show up means so much for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I didn't realize it before up until my best friend came with me to my traditional wedding.
Yeah.
That meant the world to me. I just, it's like I almost could not believe that someone would actually do that for me.
Mm-hmm.
And same actually as when we traveled for my 30th birthday.
Mm.
I honestly could not, I still cannot believe to this day that people would actually travel for me. so that we're
Why?
going to celebrate. I don't know, because I guess I don't be seeing people that way, because I feel like, yes, friendships, whatever, but sometimes it's really not that deep. Sometimes I feel like, I don't want to say you realize like just how like meaningful if like a relationship is when shit goes down or when big
Mm-hmm.
things happen. But really truly, like you see that like c'est juste quelque chose qui m'a vraiment touché en fait.
Yeah.
And I'm forever grateful. And I feel like there's just something that is so particular about like going overseas with your friends.
Yeah.
There is something in your friendship that is changed forever. There
Forever.
is a
Yeah.
one special type of bond that you have with a
Absolutely.
person when you travel together. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my favorite type of bond that I love having with my friends or anybody like around me.
Yeah.
It's just so special. It's just that one
Yeah.
thing,
It's even
right?
if we meet, like for example, when we met back home at the same time, thing about like having memories there,
Mhm, mhm,
for
mhm,
me, that's
mhm.
like, ugh, like it's just traveling with your friends is actually the best thing
It really,
ever.
really is the best thing
um
ever.
I will do
Best
it at
thing
any time.
ever. Okay, so before we actually end this episode, we're going to go through a situation that involves friendships and some sort of like mess, and then
And I
yeah,
react to
and then
it.
react to it.
Give me something I'm not. I don't need nothing.
So it reads, am I the asshole for ending a 7-year friendship because I wasn't invited to her
To her wedding.
to her wedding? Listen, it's been a long day of filming, but anyway, I, 25 female, got mad on my 27 female friend for not inviting me to her wedding. A little context here. We've known each other for 7 years. We met through university, and since we're both dentists, we have been colleagues for 6 years. She is with her husband since 2012. She's never had another relationship besides him.
Deja.
She was always curious about other guys and asking me about my dates. One time, her now husband came to her drunk and told her that she is nothing to him out of the blue and threw her in the streets. I took her in my home and talked to her and told her that his behavior is not to be forgiven and she needs to reconsider her relationship.
Pause. Threw her in the streets.
Out. He was like, you're nothing to me. This is the exit. I'm not even going to talk about like let's
I'm
not
sorry.
even just start
Okay.
unpacking this now.
Mm-hmm.
After that incident, they got together and he started to be really toxic. He wouldn't let go out for coffee or going out to shopping with her friends and manipulated her up to the point where she asked him to marry her and she bought her own engagement ring even though he told her multiple times he does not want to marry her. They didn't have much money, but they lived decent. She was really worried that she reached 24 years and she will never find anybody else and really wanted a family.
24.
24?
Sherry.
Now, let me just read this again. She was really worried that she reached 24 years and she will never find anybody else and really wanted a family. But you know what, honestly, to be honest, like to be frank, some like no, when you are at that age, there's so much pressure like about like figuring out life and stuff like that. And some people just have these things in their mind that, oh, okay, like I need to if I want to have kids and be married, I need to start dating now and I need to be married now so that I can have kids in 2 3 years.
But do
Like
you want to have kids with the wrong
wrong
person?
person.
Is my question.
No. Also, like this guy has already like shown his colors. He threw you out and you still went ahead, bought your own engagement ring. What is happening here? Anyways, anyways, this is a toxic conversation.
This is why I'm still single. Jesus, Lord have mercy.
No, this is
The
absolutely
bar is in
insane.
hell.
Oh my god, yeah.
C'est pas
Also, the fact
possible.
that she's only 24 really, really breaks my heart. But anyway,
Is she
let me
24
keep.
now?
I don't know
No, the
about now,
one
but
right
when
now.
it's happening, yeah, she was basically worried that she's about to turn 24 and still not married and all of that, and she really wanted a family, emphasis on family. Anyway,
I'm
we have
sorry.
been through ups and downs, always been there for each other. Whenever she had a fight with her now husband, I have tried to be that friend, you could call anytime you have a problem and come get you. This is what we were talking about. Anyway, I have met her mom, talked with her regularly, and even had coffee sometimes. We had each other's backs nonstop. She had always talked about how I am her best friend and she can't wait to attend each other's weddings and being godmothers to each other's children. Right before finishing our degree, she was always worried that we wouldn't stay in touch and she was upset.
Sorry. Donc tout ça là, c'était
They're
avant même
still
de
here.
finir ton degré.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Mhm.
After we ended our degree, I had I have reached out multiple times and talked to her, but she reached too little or at all. She was stressed with having an important exam to become a specialist in a certain field. I let her concentrate so I wouldn't stress her, but I made sure to let her know if she needs anything to reach out to me and I will be there for her. After she took the exam, we still talked rarely, and I thought she was upset with something I had done. Didn't know what I had done though. And I asked her, and she told me that she had a miscarriage and was really upset. This is such a red flag.
Did she had a miscarriage?
No, like I understand like taking your time because obviously you're going through shit.
Mm-hmm.
But if this was your best friend, I'm not saying that you owe them like you do not have to let them in when
Mm-hmm.
you're going through that,
Mm-hmm.
but at some point kind of say something.
You could just say, I'm going through something. I'm so sorry. I
Yeah.
can't talk right now.
Yeah, which she didn't. So that's why I'm like, this is kind of like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those cases where like she is putting whatever she's going through on her friend or on the friendship that she has with this girl.
But it's
And
on
it's
her
not
time.
necessarily like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I comforted her a lot. And after a few months, we were finally able to see each other in person. We're really in different parts of the country. I asked her if she decided on a wedding date since I knew she was engaged for 3 years and
May
wanted a May 2023 wedding. She told me she doesn't have the money and it's not a priority of for her right now. I told her whenever she will have it, I'll be there for her as we have told each other multiple times. This girl is such a good friend. This was 2 months ago. About a month ago, she posted like a save the date post that she later deleted. And when I asked her about it, she left me on scene. Oh.
Tu as été désinvitée, ma vieille.
Wow. Last night I was scrolling on Instagram and saw a photo with her in a wedding dress with her husband and their first dance. I know I should have been laughing. I
Yo,
can't. Sorry.
Manjo. Sorry.
I felt really broken and upset since she lied to me about not having her wedding. I sent her a message congratulating her and her now husband, and she only replied with a smiling emoji, not even a thank you. I was absolutely shocked. I had no words and got really mad and unfollowed her on Instagram. Oh. I don't want to be friends with someone who can only receive and not give back. Am I the asshole for wanting to unfriend her? P.S. We're not Americans. We are from a country in Europe,
C'est pour ça.
and dentistry and medical school last 6 years. So basically, their whole friendship was for like 6, 7 years. So
So,
she's 25
25.
and her friend is 27. And they've known
You
each
should
other
know.
like,
You should know better.
yeah.
But déjà the thing of like, I'm gonna unfollow her on Instagram. Grow up.
No, I
But
would unfollow you.
yeah,
Because what the hell?
but Instagram
It's
doesn't
not
mean
really,
anything
it
to
doesn't.
me.
But I think in that moment, she is obviously mad and it's okay to do that. It's really
Yeah, but
not
you don't
even
have to
that.
unfollow. You unfollow, don't unfollow. Just delete this person from your life because they are only. But at the end of the day, I'm always gonna say a conversation is needed. But
But this person is not even willing to have a conversation. The girl who got married, she's not willing to have a conversation with her friend.
she can reach out to have a conversation.
Yeah, she did, and the
She
girl was
didn't. She
kind of
said she said congratulations to you and your husband. But you can ask. Can I ask why?
But that
You're
was after countless times of her reaching out to her friend and being like, "Hey, like, how are you? We haven't seen each other." She was like, "Oh, I'm going through this. I'm doing like I'm working. I'm focusing on my exam that I have to pass." And then after she passed her exam, she reached out again and she was like, "Oh, I just had a miscarriage," and she kept reaching out. So I
yeah, fair
think it
enough.
got to a point where like I keep reaching out, and you're clearly not doing the same for me. Now I asked you because obviously we've been talking about like getting married and having kids and being each other's like maid of honors and god parents or mothers to our friends and like our kids and stuff. And now I know that you are at this at of the period of your life where like you obviously have this piece of garbage as a man
Piece
that
of
you
garbage.
definitely want to get married to, parce que obviously you even bought your own engagement ring. I'm not even going to speak to that, but so
No,
I know that you're like
no, we need to speak on that because
yeah.
what's going on?
No, I think
Where's the bar? It's in
no,
flipping
there's
hell,
no
man.
bar. First of all, it's absolutely like non-existent. I think, quite frankly, that the girl who got married is maybe ashamed.
She might be.
She's probably ashamed because it's like
Remake.
you're my friend, like you really know me like that, and you know what happened between me and this man that I'm actually getting married to. You know all of the like the lowest of the low that I've been through with this man. He threw me out. We got back together. I bought my own engagement ring. We've been together like for I don't know how many years, begging, literally begging this guy to marry me. And now I'm finally marrying him. Maybe she feels like she's too ashamed for like to kind of like let that old friend that knows like everything about her,
Everything.
because I think it would be easy to just get new friends or like navigate new relationships because they don't know you like that. They don't know
They
that
don't
you're
really
actually
know.
selling for like zero, nothing, quite frankly, or they just don't know how toxic
But
your situation is,
listen,
unhealthy.
let me give the benefit of the doubt, just a
To
tiny
who?
bit, to all of them.
Okay.
To the one who
Who
got
got married?
married, maybe because you know how we say like, um, I might forgive my partner or someone that we're together, but
Mm-hmm.
my friends will never
Oh,
forgive.
I'm that friend.
That, yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
friends will not, especially if they know how you've
Mm-hmm.
been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Things could be even better,
Right,
but
right, right.
because they have that
Mm-hmm.
image of what was done, what, at 23, 24,
Mm-hmm.
you might
Mm-hmm.
never, and I'm not telling you to still go back to a man that threw you on the streets, please don't. But
Yeah.
if things are even better, like there
Mm-hmm.
might be something where the friend is, you know, that the friend is never gonna fully forgive and
Right, right,
always
right.
expect the
Yeah.
worst from that guy.
Right.
So maybe that's like,
She doesn't want to have that.
that she doesn't
Mm.
want to have that, or she doesn't want to be constantly reminded of the garbage that she took back,
Yeah, but also like deal
because
with it
now
on your
you've
own.
accepted. No,
Yeah,
but
like
because like then it's like you either have to tell your friend like, listen, I know
mhm.
you, but I promise, like if that some, I can't even I can't even justify what I'm about to say. Like
What
you
are you
can't
gonna
say
say?
go, like he changed, and I cannot
Oh,
be part of those people that say that. But I
no,
mean, that's what she seems
no.
to be believing.
She was begging this man to marry her 2 seconds ago.
God forbid.
So no, there's no like he's a better person or whatever. He literally told her, "You're nothing to me. Get out of my house. What more do you want? What more do you need?"
What's the thing? I will never do such a thing. Like never,
No, this is
man.
crazy. I think honestly, I don't know why the girl is not letting her like she's clearly moved on without you.
Yeah.
to her, you guys are no longer friends because obviously she's not like she doesn't reach out. She did not. She lied to you about when she was getting married because she said that's not a priority of mine right now, so it's not gonna happen now.
Mm-hmm.
She still went ahead and got married, and then you had to
You
find
were
out
not invited.
on on Instagram. Imagine you're here like after a long day of work, you're in your bed just scrolling. You know that time before going to bed, like before sleeping, you're
And people
so
have been
relaxed,
married.
and then you get yeah
That's
shocked like that.
crazy.
Nah,
That's
see, no,
crazy.
I don't know. I think honestly, there is a thing honestly about like when people are like in very unhealthy situations like this. First of all, you can save them most of the time,
Mm.
and two, they may just pull a thing like this where like they don't want you because again, you're as you were saying, you're a reminder of the type of shit they're in. So I think actually this may just be
Yeah,
the case of
yeah.
her not wanting to be
It's
reminded.
mostly that, and they
Yeah.
don't want you to see them in that state
Right.
either.
Right.
So it's like it might be that, but it
Right.
also might be that you're not the asshole at the end of the day. I
A
think
hundred
that's the
percent
thing.
not.
It
Your
could
friend.
be one of those, like we said, like there's one of those relationships where people don't even take the time to have a conversation or a closure
Mm-hmm.
conversation like you would do. Like it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
listen, let me just leave it to that. But
Right.
but for someone who was there for you like
No, for
that
6 years,
multiple
no,
times,
that's
it's
crazy. That
insane.
is absolutely crazy. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, no, definitely not the asshole. And I really, really wish that you forget about this person
Yeah.
and heal from it. I just hope that it doesn't like it stops hurting at some point and you're able just to properly move on without necessarily having the conversation because the way I see things, that at least this, she's not going to get a conversation with a girl.
No, you're not.
Definitely
You're
not
not.
getting if you're like the like a closure type of person like you, she's not getting the closure that she needs. At least from that person. She would still get closure, but not from having a conversation
You
with that
might get
person.
it a few years later. Trust me, you won't.
Yeah, but anyway, so I think this is the end of our episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
aren't we getting? We're getting better at this,
we're
guys.
getting kind of the hang of it now.
Yeah,
It's yeah.
you don't seem convinced.
No, not at all. I'm just, you know me. I'm anxious. I'm always anxious.
It's just about what we talked about. Oh,
No, absolutely not. No, I always stand on what I say, whatever. No, it's not. It's just about like future episodes and stuff like that, and
give us
I'm
ideas.
just. Oh
No,
yeah,
yeah, you can, but I
absolutely.
think we're getting the hang of it. Like we're
This shit is hard. Not even gonna lie.
bruh.
Like we're discovering so many things as we go, like preparing our episodes, not like
Yeah,
because we live together, there's so many conversations that we have where like shit, this would have been nice for the pod, but then well, it's too late because we're not just simply going to repeat what we've said already.
yeah.
Also, this is episode 2 for you guys, but
But
for
this
us
is
it's
for us is episode 4.
which is oh my god. But
Yeah,
honestly, I'm loving this journey. There's just a lot to be
figure
learn
out.
to learn from
Yeah.
this experience. And yeah, so if you have any situation, question, anything that you would like to add to the conversation that we had, or any type of like topic that you would like us to discuss, honestly, our DMs are always open and we're always ready to hear out, guys. So yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's it for today's episode. And we'll
Right.
see you on the next one.
Yeah, see you. Thank you.
Bye.
Junior want to not be on my